Welcome to the AdExpert Podcast. Today we're doing a deep dive into something absolutely critical for any business out there. How do you actually stand out? Earn real credibility, become that trusted leader, especially when the market is just so crowded.
It really is the core challenge, isn't it? Because, customers, you have so many choices, and frankly, you're skeptical. You tune out the noise.
Exactly. People only pay attention to businesses they genuinely trust.
Right. So our mission today, using the sources we've got, is to pull out the core strategies. How do you position your brand as the authority? We're going to get past the buzzwords and look at what really works, what builds that essential trust.
Okay, and to make this tangible, we'll look at how the agency in our sources, AdExpert, puts these ideas into practice. They're based in Los Angeles, over a decade of experience doing online marketing, web development.
Google Ads, local SEO, the whole suite.
Yeah, and they focus on driving actual conversions, which, as we'll see, ties directly back to this idea of credibility.
Absolutely. And what's really fascinating from the material is where this whole authority building process starts. It's not about your product first. It's entirely customer-centric, understanding your audience, their pain points.
Okay, let's unpack that. Understanding the audience sounds simple, but doing it right, that's tricky. The sources talk about really listening, right? Not just like a quick survey.
Oh, absolutely. It's detective work almost. You need to be meticulously tracking customer feedback. What questions keep coming up again and again? What are people complaining about? Maybe even with your competitors.
So it's finding that deep-seated problem, not just I need more website traffic.
Exactly. It's more like I'm spending a fortune on ads, nothing converts, I don't understand these reports, and I feel totally lost. That specific emotional pain.
Got it. And when you nail down that specific pain, that's when high-quality content becomes your tool.
That's the backbone, yes. High-quality content. It shifts the whole dynamic.
How so? How does content turn you from just another vendor into someone reliable, someone knowledgeable?
Well, think about it. Vendors just sell stuff. Authorities provide solutions through expertise. The source material lays out like 4 key things your content needs to do. First, the advice has to be super clear, simple, actionable. It needs to directly solve that pain point we just talked about.
Right. Make it easy to understand and use. But advice alone can feel cheap, can't it? There's that natural skepticism.
Precisely. Which brings us to the second point. You have to use examples, case studies. Show real results. It bridges that gap between here's what you should do and here's proof it actually works.
Okay, so showing, not just telling, that builds transparency.
Huge transparency, like saying, here's the method and here are real businesses just like you who used it and got these specific results. That's credibility in action.
That definitely accelerates trust. What's the third element?
Sharing industry trends and insights that actually matter to your audience. This positions you as forward-thinking, not just reactive. A true thought leader.
Okay, so you understand the landscape. And the fourth?
Weaving in social proof directly into the content. Don't just hide testimonials on a separate page. If you write a guide about, say, local SEO, pop in a quote from a client who succeeded using that very advice.
Constantly reinforcing that others validate your knowledge.
Exactly. It moves you from being just a seller to being that go-to reliable resource. That's the goal.
Okay, so we've got this great content foundation built on understanding pain points. How do we make sure people actually see it? This leads us to amplification and proof. And this is where social media gets interesting, right? It's not just for ads. The sources say it's a tool to demonstrate reliability.
Totally. Social media becomes your your living portfolio of proof, not just a quick promotion. The sources are clear. Use social to share your valuable blog posts, your case studies, your white papers. Show your expertise consistently.
So if there's a new Google update or something, you jump in, share your take?
Yes. Join the conversation. Post your analysis. It shows you're on top of things, proactive.
But isn't there a risk there? Like giving away your best advice for free. How does a business like AdExpert justify that?
It feels counterintuitive, I know. But the sources suggest the benefit of building authority far outweighs the perceived risk of giving away the farm. When you share valuable knowledge freely, you establish yourself as the expert.
And most people won't implement complex stuff themselves anyway.
Right. They lack the time, the skill, the consistency. So who do they turn to when they need help? The expert who taught them the principles in the first place. You become the default.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's drill down on social proof itself. You mentioned weaving it in, but what specific types are most powerful? We're talking more than just star ratings here.
Definitely. We need verifiable stuff. Detailed customer testimonials, ideally tied to a specific outcome they achieved with you. Positive reviews on trusted third-party sites, Google, Yelp, industry-specific platforms, places people already trust.
And those detailed case studies again, showing the before and after. Quantifiable results.
Absolutely quantifiable. Numbers talk. But maybe the peak form of social proof. Endorsements from other industry experts or recognized authorities.
Borrowed credibility.
Exactly. If another trusted name vouches for you, a new customer feels way more confident choosing you. It shortcuts the trust-building process.
Okay, so content demonstrates knowledge, social proof validates it. This feels like it leads naturally into real thought leadership.
It does. To truly lead, you can't just report on trends. You need to offer unique perspectives, maybe even challenge the status quo a bit.
How do you do that practically?
The sources suggest things like hosting webinars or interactive Q&A sessions where you tackle complex questions directly, speaking at industry events, engaging in those deeper niche online discussions. It cements your reputation as the source, not just a source.
Right, moving beyond just competing to actually leading the conversation. Let's bring AdExpert back in here as our case study. How do they specifically apply these principles we've been talking about? Experience, credibility, transparency.
We can map their approach right onto those pillars. First, their experience and local focus, 10 plus years. That signals stability, right? Especially succeeding in a tough market like Los Angeles, though they work with clients elsewhere too. Longevity builds inherent trust.
Okay, experience matters. And their team. The sources mentioned specific people.
Yeah, that's important. Sam Ashrafi, the founder, brings a decade of strategy experience. And then Ehsan Nabavadi, the SEO and analytics expert. The source notes he's dedicated to staying current with trends.
That specificity about roles and staying current really reinforces expertise, doesn't it?
It does. And Ehsan's analytics focus ties directly into the next big piece, transparency and data-driven success. This hits that black box problem head-on. AdExpert uses live tracking and reporting across all campaigns. That's a key differentiator mentioned.
Explain that a bit more. Why is live tracking such a big deal for trust compared to, say, a monthly report?
Because it demolishes the mystery. Monthly reports tell you what happened weeks ago. Live tracking gives the client a real-time, bird's-eye view. They see exactly where the money's going and what results it's generating right now.
So they can react instantly, optimize on the fly?
Precisely. It empowers the client. They're part of the process, making data-driven decisions alongside the agency. That level of transparency, it's a massive trust builder.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. The sources also mentioned their use of innovative AI solutions.
Yeah.
How does that fit into building authority? Is it just a buzzword?
It could be, but the way it's framed suggests it's about performance. They're using AI for things like better customer targeting, personalizing campaigns, advanced analytics, essentially using cutting-edge tools to get better, more efficient results for clients. When you use tech effectively to boost performance, it validates your claim of being ahead of the curve.
So it backs up the expertise claim with tangible results.
Exactly. And finally, it all comes back to their content expertise. They don't just write blog posts. They do precise data-driven copywriting focused on Google's latest algorithms, semantic keywords, high search phrases. It's scientific. They're using their authority to build their clients' authority online.
It's a reinforcing loop.
Yeah.
Okay, so you build this authority using transparency, expertise, proof.
Yeah.
But how do you keep it? Authority isn't a one-and-done thing, right?
Absolutely not. It demands a long-term content marketing strategy. You have to keep providing value consistently. We see brands reach a peak, then kind of coast. That's a mistake.
So what does that long-term strategy look like?
It means constantly updating your older, still relevant content, refreshing stats, adding new insights, publishing those big evergreen guides or ebooks that stay valuable for years, building an archive of trust.
Keep polishing the cornerstone content. Makes sense. And how does this impact customer loyalty? Building trust isn't just about getting new leads.
Oh, it's huge for loyalty. When customers trust your process, like with that live reporting example, they stick around. They're more likely to buy again, engage more, and crucially leave those amazing reviews and refer others.
Which feeds right back into your social proof.
Exactly. It becomes a self-sustaining cycle of credibility. Loyal, trusting customers become your best marketing asset.
So if we're playing the long game here, how do we measure if this authority building stuff is actually working? How do we optimize it?
Great question. You need to track the metrics of trust, not just sales figures initially. Look at engagement on your content, time on page, comments, shares. Are people actually absorbing it?
Okay, engagement. What else?
Track where your website traffic is coming from. Is your content marketing actually drawing people in? Is your reputation driving discovery?
Right. And feedback.
Definitely. Monitor customer satisfaction scores, but specifically ask about their confidence and trust levels. Are they feeling more secure in their investment with you?
And then tie it back to conversions, especially from those proof points.
Yes. Track conversions that come directly from people viewing your case studies or testimonial pages. If those convert higher, it proves that your authority-building efforts are directly impacting the bottom line.
So you use that data to double down on what's working.
Exactly. You stop guessing and start systematically reinforcing the activities that build genuine faith in your brand.
Okay, that brings us towards the end of our deep dive. It feels like the core insight here is, well, it's consistency, isn't it? Consistency in understanding those deep customer pains, delivering truly valuable content, and being transparent with verifiable proof.
That's it. Authority isn't something you can just buy with ads. It has to be earned meticulously through service and objective proof over time. Yeah, and maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Building that trusted authority, it definitely takes time, effort, serious commitment. It's not a quick fix. But if you shift your focus from just chasing the next sale to building real long-term relationships, grounded in delivering continuous objective value, your brand becomes the go-to choice, the reliable one. That's how you truly stand out and thrive where others eventually falter.